Hello everyone, Deb Floros for Jesse James Beads. Let's make a unique charm necklace. This is the JJB glass bead strand Chance of Showers, and it's super cool, lots of beads. This is the ethereal boho bead strand duo. There's a big beautiful boho bead that we're going to use there. Also this Space 18 karat gold charm trio and some curb chain. I'm adding in some 11O seed beads and 8O seed beads in a couple of different shades, and I've got some 19 strand beading wire. Now I'm going to use a bead stopper and put it at one end of my pre-cut piece of wire, and it's about 18 inches. I'm going to put everything out so I can see it very clearly, and I'm going to start with those ovals from the duo strand. I like that. They're going to go really well with those square beads from the Chance of Showers strand. What I'm doing is taking two 11O beads and putting one 8O seed bead in between, kind of a two-tone metallic spacer combo there. I really like the idea of adding some different metallics to these beautiful beads. Then after 3 of the ovals, I'm going to start to add these, and I really love these square beads. So I'm going to add 5 of these. And originally, I think I was hoping to only do 3, but I think it really needed more than that. So I'm just doing those trios of spacers in between each bead and just letting those drop down. And the oval shaped beads and square beads are really a nice match. So it's kind of the same color vibe. I really like that. The ovals might be a slight bit darker, but still a really nice match. So let's carry this down, and I think we're going to add something a little bit different now. So I'll always do the spacers in between beads there. And then I think I'm going to bring in kind of a new section here. So I love these sort of glittery ball beads. Oops. And I think what I'll do, because they're a larger hold, is I'll grab a couple of these beautiful bead caps. They're absolutely fine quality, nice to cover up those large holes and bring some of that gold into the mix. So I'll have one on either side of that glittery bead and then another set of my spacers. Wow, I really like how that looks. So another set of my seed bead spacers, just going to do that little trio. And I think the bronze and the gold are just a nice combination with the other beads that we're going to put in. And this bead is one of my favorites. It also has some etching like the square beads, but it's a larger oval, kind of a coin shape. And that will be next, then our spacers. Yeah, those little spacers are going to fall all over the place. And you're definitely going to want to make sure you have a bead stopper on. Now, I'm going to use this boho bead, but we're going to need some bead caps around it. And those gold tone ones will look really cool on top of the antique brass ones on the bead. I think I'll also stack some of the gold ones on top. I really love stacking bead caps, and you could pick a couple more if you'd like. I also want to use the rhinestone rondelles. So in order to stabilize the rondelles, I'm going to use those little pearls on either side, and that will keep that rondelle from flip-flopping around. Then I'm going to put the stack of the bead caps and then string on that beautiful boho bead. And look at this combination. It's just such a beautiful combination. Very celestial, very beautiful. Now the bead caps on the other side, and you'll want to give that bead cap a little push to kind of flatten it out on the side or shape it on the side of that boho bead. Super cool. So now we've got some sparkle and some boho and all kinds of fun for this piece. Then it's just a matter of replicating the design up the other side. So just taking that coin-shaped bead and then adding the spacers, adding that very fancy rhinestone bead and the bead caps around it. And then the series of the square beads up the side. We've got 5 of them. If you want the necklace to be a little bit longer, you could decide to add different beads or add more of those square beads since there are so many of those on your strand. But there are lots of different ways that you can use just this combination of beads, this ethereal boho duo and the chance of showers, lots of different ways that you can mix these up. But I love how this looks. Now, what I want to do is add a little bit of a charm dangle. And I've got this very tiny curb chain. It's gold tone. And in order to get that onto my piece, it's really too small. The links are too small to string onto the beading wire. So I've grabbed some 28 gauge wire and it's thin. So what I'm going to do is create a loop and do a few wraps around it. And then I'll trim off my excess and I'm going to string the chain onto that loop. And then I'm going to create a wire wrap loop on the other side. So we're basically creating a little mechanism to attach to the beading wire. So 2 loops are going to allow me to grab some jump rings and attach to my necklace. So those little dainty, little almost dog bone looking connector pieces will hold on to the chain and allow us to attach to that beading wire. So I've got those 2 little loops and there's my chain hanging from it. And then I'm going to pick the spot to attach it. So I'm going to move my bead stopper so that I've got a little bit of play. And I'm going to go next to that coin bead. And I'm going to attach that little connector on either side of my larger seed bead. So I'm going to take some 4mm jump rings and I'm going to add one on one side of my bigger seed bead, and just going to use my chain nose pliers, tighten up that jump ring. Then I'm going to grab another jump ring and grab the other loop of that connector and attach it on the other side of that seed bead. So basically it's an 11-0, the connector with a 4mm jump ring, the larger seed bead, yeah, just like that. And it's just going to sit right in that little seed bead section. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So in the exact same place to the right of the coin-shaped bead in this case, or if it would be the left-hand side if you were started on the other side. And I just used maybe about 2.5 inches of that 28 gauge wire. Now you might be able to get away with 26 gauge wire. I didn't try that. But thin gauge wire you need to be very careful of because it is so thin that it is somewhat fragile. But when you put it into this state, into a small connector, it should be fine to hold your chain and the charms that are going to hang from the chain. Should be just fine. You could always try the 26 if you'd like. So here I'm creating that second connector, did my first loop, added my chain, and then I'm going to do a wire wrap loop at the other side of that chain. So it's just like wire wrapping a bead, except you're wire wrapping a piece of chain. So just very carefully doing, 3 or 4 wraps on either side of that chain, and then trimming off the excess. And then you just want to use your chain nose pliers and even your fingers in this case to straighten out your links and make sure that they're both facing the same direction so that when you actually make the attachment, it's going to hang exactly the same way as it does on the other side. You'll also want to make sure that your chain is not tangled up. This chain is a tiny chain, so it can easily get a little bit unruly if you let it. But I'm going to go ahead and do the attachment the same way. Right after that coin bead is the 11-0. I'm going to attach my chain, my first loop of the chain, then skip over that 8/0 seed bead, and then before that 11/0, attach the second little loop, just tightening up that jump ring so that everything is going to hang just right. So I've got my two little connectors, which will become pretty invisible to the naked eye. I mean, unless you're up really close, you won't see those. But you will see that beautiful sparkly gold tone chain. It's so, so pretty and very elegant and dainty. So let's put some charms on it. That space 18 karat gold charm trio is so pretty. So I'm going to use the same jump rings, the 4mm antique brass jump rings that I used to attach the little connectors. And I'm just going to attach that moon charm first, which is so, so pretty. It has some rhinestones on it. So much fun. You could stop there, but I'm going to add the other two as well. So I'm going to take that second charm, attach it to the left of the moon. You could attach it to the right of the moon if you'd like. They're all going to kind of go together when you're wearing it anyway, which is kind of the look right now for charm necklaces. Now that third charm has a hole that's oriented, or a loop that's oriented differently. So you're going to need one jump ring to attach to the charm, close it up, and then you can take a second jump ring and open it up and attach it to the chain. That way, that charm will face in the right direction. If you were to attach it the way that it is with one jump ring, that star would be hanging, kind of funky, and you wouldn't be able to see the front of it and the pretty rhinestones. So there we go. We're just going to take that and attach that to the other side of the moon. And just going to get a hold of that and grab my chain nose pliers and twist that jump ring closed, making sure that the jump ring is secure. And oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty, kind of like a charm necklace layer without having to have two necklaces. So we've got a beautiful beaded piece, a beautiful charm piece, and now we have this great necklace from the Celestial collection. If you'd like to make one, all you need then is a toggle clasp or some kind of necklace closure. I'm using a size 2 crimp tube and attaching both ends of my toggle. And it's just a simple toggle clasp to finish it up. But you can find most everything here to make this beautiful piece at jessiejamesbeads.com. The Celestial collection is so incredibly beautiful. I think you'll like this necklace and the collection. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.